Yo, welcome back to the channel. Kamusta po sa inyong lahat? Luuk Herssen is a Spectro gauntlet main DPS whose entire personality revolves around not flashy burst once every lunar eclipse damage, not swap in, press liberation, leave damage. I am talking sustained, oppressive, and rhythm heavy. Basic attack pressure that scales the more you understand what you are doing. If you play him correctly, he feels like controlled chaos. If you play him incorrectly, he feels like you are aggressively slapping enemies with glowing disappointment. So, let's break this down properly with this official build guide. AI Slave, do your thing.
Thanks, V. Luuk generates Ichor Flow from almost everything he does. Basic attacks, heavy attacks, mid-air attacks, resonance skills, dodge counters, intro skill. Basically, if he moves with intent, he gets paid. When that Ichor Flow bar fills, he enters Aureate Judge. This is where the real show begins. Inside Aureate Judge, his resonance skill called Aureole of Execution gets a much higher multiplier. Each cast consumes 100 Ichor Flow, which means this is not a spam everything and pray situation. This is resource management. You want to enter Judge mode prepared, not panic pressing because the bar glowed and your brain shut off. The core of his damage is tied to his Forte circuit and Liberation. If you ignore these, you are sabotaging your own DPS. His enhanced resonance skill forms are not cosmetic variations, they are damage engines. Rotating properly between them while maintaining pressure with mid-air basics is what separates casual Luuk enjoyers from people who understand frame value. Before we continue, if you want a smarter way to stretch your Lunites and Asterites without feeling like your wallet just lost a boss fight, check out my U7 buy link in the description and pinned comments and use my code VDZ. They're the only top-up site that can deliver your purchase directly using only your UID and server through what they call Trusted Top-Up. No passwords required. No manual do-it-yourself top-ups. Just a smooth, worry-free process delivered straight to your account. They handle the top-up securely while you stay in control of your account. U7 Buy has been operating since 2003, and they've expanded into the gacha space with some of the most competitive top-up pricing available for Wuthering Waves, offering savings of up to 26% compared to in-game prices. They currently hold a 4.7 rating on Trustpilot, and most top-ups are completed in under 5 minutes, which means less waiting and more time actually playing. If you want cheaper top-ups while keeping your account safe, use my link in the description and pinned comments, or use my code VDZ on U7 Buy. It's a practical way to save on top-ups while supporting the channel. Spend responsibly, or don't, that part is on you. Now, back to the topic. Now let us address Toon Strain, specifically Toon Strain Interfered. Luuk gains increased total damage when interacting with this mechanic. That means he is not just a selfish DPS who wants buffs and applause. He wants teammates who help him stack and respond to Toon Strain efficiently. If you build him in isolation, you are leaving damage on the table. Which leads to skill priority. If you are investing resources, start with his Forte circuit and resonance skill. Those are your bread and butter. Those directly scale the majority of his output. Liberation is important, but secondary. Basic attack leveling ironically matters less because the heavy lifting is coming from enhanced states and multipliers, not the default string itself. Intro skill investment is the last thing you should be thinking about unless you enjoy inefficient spending. Now weapons. Luuk scales primarily with ATK and converts that into basic attack damage with spectral flavor layered on top. So your weapon logic is simple. Crit stats, ATK, and anything that amplifies basic attack damage specifically. His signature, Daybreaker Spine, is absurdly aligned with his kit. Crit rate substat, flat ATK increase, spectral damage bonus when dealing basic attack damage, and additional basic attack amplification tied to Toon Strain interaction while ignoring a portion of enemy defense. It is practically reading his job description back to him. If you do not have that, Pulsation Bracer is a strong alternative. Crit rate substat and stacking basic attack bonuses when hitting targets affected by Toon Strain interfered. Notice the pattern. Everything about him circles back to basic attack pressure and Toon Strain synergy. It's basically everything that is his signature weapon, with minor differences in the passive effects. Abyss Surges is more rotationally balanced. It gives energy regen and cross buffs between skill and basic attacks. It is comfortable, less explosive, more consistent. For 4-star options, Aether Strike becomes attractive if you lean into Liberation windows, though that is not his primary damage lane. Celestial Spiral helps with energy economy and ATK uptime. Hollow Mirage is functional, but more stat stick than Synergy Masterpiece. The rule is simple. If the weapon does not meaningfully enhance basic attack output or core scaling, it is not optimal for him. Now, Echoes. This is where things get spicy. Rite of Gilded Revelation is tailor-made for Luuk. 2-piece gives spectral damage, 5-piece increases spectral damage when dealing basic attack damage, and at full stacks, casting Liberation grants a massive basic attack damage bonus. That is not coincidence, that is design intent. The main Echo Twin Nova Nebulous Cannon gives both spectral and basic attack bonuses while delivering quick spectral slashes on an 8-second cooldown. It fits seamlessly into his rotation without disrupting flow. If you are still farming or coping with substat trauma, Celestial Light works as a temporary option. It is more straightforward spectral amplification. Pair it with Jue as the main Echo for additional resonance skill synergy and periodic spectral damage. It is not peak optimization, but it is functional while you build your proper set. Stat priority is also clean. On your 4-cost piece, you want crit rate or crit damage depending on balance. 3-cost should be spectral damage bonus, 1-cost ATK percent. Substats focus on crit damage and crit rate first, then ATK percent and basic attack damage. If you are rolling defensive stats on purpose, we need to have a separate conversation. Now let us talk teams, because Luuk is not a solo act. He is a field-time hungry hypercarry. That means your supports exist to accelerate his game plan, not compete with it. First approach is the Toon Strain-focused team. Pair him with characters who rapidly apply and interact with Toon Strain interfered. Linné and Mornay are strong examples because they help him stack and trigger the mechanic efficiently. This increases his total damage scaling and smooths out his ramp-up phase. In this setup, Luuk becomes a snowball. The longer he is active, the harder he hits. Second approach is a more traditional hypercarry composition. Slot in a basic attack buffer like Sanhua alongside a strong universal support such as Mornay or Shorekeeper. Here, the philosophy is simpler. Inflate Luuk's numbers directly and let him dominate the field with extended uptime. Less mechanical layering, more raw amplification. What is important is understanding that he does not want constant swapping. He wants structured rotations that funnel buffs into his active window. You prepare off-field, you swap in, you commit. Now, let me be clear about something. Luuk is not brainless. He is not press everything and hope for crit dopamine. His ceiling is noticeably higher than his floor. Managing Ichor Flow efficiently, entering Aureate Judge at the correct time, aligning Toon Strain triggers with your enhanced resonant skill casts, and weaving mid-air basics without dropping tempo requires awareness. If you master that rhythm, he feels oppressive. If you ignore it, he feels average. And that is what makes him interesting. He rewards discipline, he punishes laziness. He looks flashy, but underneath the glow is resource management and timing precision. Also, he is male, which means the Gauntlet Spectro main DPS slot is not just aesthetically different, it shifts team-building dynamics for players who like balancing roster variety. He fills a high-pressure, sustained DPS niche that is distinct from burst-centric alternatives. So, is he worth building? If you enjoy sustained damage dealers who scale with mechanical execution, absolutely. If you prefer quick swap nukes and low commitment rotations, maybe not. Luuk demands attention. He demands structure. But in return, he delivers consistent, scalable, mid-air basic attack destruction that feels uniquely satisfying when optimized. At the end of the day, Luuk Herssen is not about pressing harder, he is about pressing smarter. And if you're willing to learn that rhythm, gravity is optional. As always, if this video resonated with you, please leave a like and subscribe. Ring that bell for massive gacha luck and maybe a sandwich. Thank you so much for watching, maraming salamat po, and I will see you in my next video drop. Goodbye.